Welcome to our van.
What's up, everybody? I'm Steven.
I'm Teresa.
This is Sophia, and we are Ownstream. That's our business, and Ownstream is dedicated to amplifying and exploring the new emerging and exciting paradigms in the areas of lifestyle, business, and spirit.
So we've been living in our van for about 3 months and traveling for 3 months. And right now we're in beautiful Sedona, Arizona. And we wanted to tell you at the beginning of this van design video about why we took the trip, which is really about experimenting with mobile living, tiny living as a family, more simplicity. We love to travel, and we wanted to get out into nature and get out of some of the patterns and routines that were associated with our more urban 9-to-5 lifestyle.
Yeah, and as you'll see in the course of this video, this build and design has been largely orchestrated around traveling with our 1.5-year-old daughter. So a lot of things we're storing here, it's set up to kind of decamp into a campsite or a field or a location. So it's not really a boondocking style design or build where you might kind of park on a street or something. We figured we couldn't really do that with a 1-year-old who might be crying or making some sound. She's doing right now. Last but not least, you'll see in the notes below here, we'll link to a lot of the products mentioned. There's a lot of things we found really effective in living this way, and we want to share those with you. In many cases, those products will be affiliate links, so just know that if you click through on those links, you'll be supporting us, our ability to continue doing things like this, exploring these ideas, and living in the way that we want to, supporting our business. So, that's
Excited
it.
to show you the van.
Yeah, let's get to it. So this is a 2005 Dodge Sprinter 3500. Those of you who are really into Sprinters will know that the T1N engines, which were in the early models up until I think 06 or 07, are really good. They're actually, to many people, better than the later model engines. We got this guy with just over 100,000 miles, which for this engine, for this vehicle, is phenomenal. Up to about 500,000 miles they'll go, so we got a ways to go with this guy. It's a 158-inch wheelbase. It's 22 feet long and 8.5 feet tall. And inside, it's about 6'1", and I'm basically 6'1", so I can stand up inside, which is really nice. Let's come around to the side. And you'll see here that when we got this van, this was a cargo van, so none of these side windows and rear windows were in, so we had to put all these in. These are CR Lawrence on this side and on the slider, and in the rear we've got motion windows. We'll show you that in a second. Obviously this is the driver's side. Right here we've got propane stored inside, though we haven't really used it in the van specifically yet. As I said earlier, we decamp, so we like to set up our little kitchen on, say, a picnic table or somewhere outside where we can cook outside. So anyway, this is where we store the propane, so we've got it vented here just for safety reasons. And then down here is our super smooth, super suave, homemade DIY water system. So here's our in and our out. This is plugged. We used to have a plug for this. Actually, I've bought 2 plugs for this. They keep rattling and falling off, so we just leave it. It's probably a better solution for that. I'll show you the tanks on the inside. But anyway, water goes in here, comes out here, runs up to our sink, which is right here. And anyway, we'll show you all that in just a second. But these are 10-gallon tanks, and these work really, really well. All right, so let's go around back. I'll show you these windows. These are the motion windows. And as you can see here, they're vented, which is really nice if you're, say, in a really warm place or by the ocean. Our heads rest right here, so it's really cool to have a nice breeze coming through these vents. These are motion windows. Like I said, the others are CR Lawrence. Again, the CR Lawrence one up by where our daughter sits, there's a little window that opens, which is nice to vent there. A couple other things back here. If you can kind of jump down and just see, you can see that in the rear we've got dually wheels, so those are 2 on either side. You can see that. That just helps bear more weight. And at some point down the road, I could see us adding a little tow hitch right here to tow our vehicle. We have a Subaru Outback, so I can see us towing that or another vehicle. It's kind of nice to have another way to get around when you get somewhere, particularly if you're staying there for a while. So I think that's it for the back for now. We will look in the back in just a minute, but to complete the circumference around this beauty, here is our main entrance. And again, this window we put in, this doesn't move or anything, doesn't pivot out or open in any way, shape, or form. It does provide a lot of nice visibility while we're driving. It helps to kind of be able to see out a side window, though these blind spot and regular rear view mirrors are really, really good.
All right, now we're on the inside of the van, and the first step to making this a really cozy home was insulation, and that was both soundproofing and thermo-temperature related insulation. When we bought the van, it was like totally gutted, empty, really loud when we were driving, and so we used fat mat rattle trap, which we found online through some other van life videos, to soundproof the van, and it's worked like a charm. When we're driving, it's super smooth and quiet, also in campsites where we stay most of the time, really quiet. And then on top of that, we layered Palizo board for insulation using Great Stuff foam, which stuck the Palizo board to the fat mat rattle trap, and then we squeezed the Great Stuff into all the nooks and crannies of the van to keep it really, the temperature really tight in here, and that's been great because we've had some cool temperatures at night, and it's been really comfortable. So in designing our van home, we looked at a lot of resources online to think about how people have made best use of the space. And we came up with a lot of designs and ended up settling on this one, which has been awesome. But we knew we had just a few months to do the build. We wanted to do it all ourselves, and we did a little bit. We did the installation, but we brought on a pro, our friend Ben Rawson of Zen Cottages, who does tiny houses, to do the final consult on the design, and then to bring on his team to do the carpentry and everything inside. And it's been great, and shout out to Ben. He usually does tiny houses, but now he's doing some vans, so if you're interested. So the first step in the design, which basically was going to set the course of the rest of the design, was figuring out Sofia's sitting space and sleeping space. We knew we needed a back seat, basically, to put her car seat in, and so we got this great two-seater in LA. It's been perfect. We got it installed by a pro in San Diego, and we got a two-seater so I would have flexibility in hopping back and forth, and so we could have another passenger. And the great thing about it is we can pop it right out, and it turns into a bedroom and play space for Sofia. So during the day, we can have her play mat in there. She can play, though she usually plays outside. And at night, we put her portable crib in here, and we draw the curtain, and it's just the perfect sleeping area all her own. So let's talk about the kitchen. We got a really big sink. We wanted a deep sink and a large sink so that we would have the option of bathing Sofia in here since we don't have a bathroom. And it's also great for storage. So when we're moving, we're about to take off, we can throw stuff in here and it can hold it while we're driving, which is fantastic. We put all of our kind of soaps and cooking oils and stuff here on the counter. That goes in the sink when we're moving. We got a water filter. This is the AquaTrue. It's a fantastic water filter. It's a reverse osmosis filter. We did a lot of research on that because we knew that we were going to be getting water from all kinds of sources. We wanted to make sure we had clean water to drink while we were on the trip. So this has been fantastic, and we put it up here, but we store it under the bed when we're not using it, so there's more counter space. We also can put appliances up here like the toaster, which we use the most often, and everything fits really nicely. There really is a lot of counter space here. I'm pulling out our linen box, which we store there because every little bit of storage counts. And for more counter space, we could flip this up. It's a really nice idea that one of the folks on the team had to just create more, ability to cook. Sometimes we put this over here to wash dishes in the sink and then put the dishes in the dish holder. So it's a really useful extra area of space. We can cook in here too. We have a Coleman 2-burner stove, but we typically do that outside, mostly because that's what we prefer to be outside. But there is room here to do that. Under here we have our refrigerator. This is a Dometic refrigerator. It's 46 liter, which we thought would be the best size for our family, and it really is fantastic. Lets us hold a lot of food at one time. It's been a great size for us, but they have a big range depending on your needs and desires. Up here, we have quite a bit of storage for us. We have bowls, dishes, cups up here. Sometimes we have coffee mugs. Those are outside at the campsite right now, but that's basically where we keep our containers. Over here we have all of our dry food goods, rice and oatmeal and noodles and all that kind of stuff. And then underneath the sink we have quite a bit of storage. We typically put things under here like cleaner and trash bags, etc. But this is where our propane goes. That's outside of the campsite right now. We also have a trash can that goes under here. So we do have the ability to use propane in the van. We have that vent, which you saw when we did the exterior shot, but we typically haven't, mostly because we've been a little bit nervous about propane at night safety, but we do have a propane heater that we can use, and the propane stove that we mostly use outside that I mentioned before. So moving on to the bed area, this is our bed. We love our bed. This is a really tough design choice for us because we really love the banquette style bedrooms that we've seen in a lot of vans, where you have the table and the 2 or 3 cushions around that serve as a place where you can eat, and then you can turn it into eat or work, and then you can turn it into a bedroom by pushing down the table and pushing the cushions together. But we really wanted a fixed firm bed that we wouldn't need to make every day, and also that would be really comfy. So we struggled with this plush beds mattress because it's super cozy and we sleep really well in here. We have a lot of storage by the bed. We have a big ledge on the bottom that's really deep, you can see with this box of diapers. Up here we have all the things we most readily need, and then we have other storage for clothes and jackets and bags and things like that. We have 2 bookshelves here, one for us with our books and one for Sofia's books. We have plenty of books. And then we have a top shelf that we use for various things. Right now we're storing towels and hats up there. In the back, in that cabinet in the back, is where we have all our clothes. We have 3 shelves in there. We each have a shelf and a half, and it's worked great. So moving back into the middle of the van, want to show you where our dining space is. We have this great little bench seat. It's super flexible, works great for Stephen and I to sit on while we're having a meal, and it doubles as storage. It's hollow inside, so that's fantastic. We have a really, really great, it's one of my favorite design elements, kitchen table that pulls out. It's very sturdy butcher block. It works really well. We clip Sofia's high chair here while we're eating meals, and it's really sturdy and great, and also easy to clean up and push back in. Then we have our storage under here. We have a drawer that has lots of kitchen items in it, utensils, cutting boards, etc., and lots of other ad hoc items. And then here you'll see, and you'll see it from the back too, our big area of storage is under the bed. Here we have most of the things that we use regularly and want to have easy access to, like kitchen, pots and pans and Sofia's clothes and other items. So last but not least, we wanted to talk about the van interiors. We really wanted a cozy feel, so we went with a mix of wood and fabric. We did the tongue and groove cedar ceiling, which we just love. It makes it super cozy in here, really feels like a little house. And we did a mix of wood and fabric to bring a little bit of color in, to bring a softness to the design. And this is basically just super thin wood wrapped in super thin foam and fabric. Really makes a nice touch with the color scheme in the van. Then for lighting, we went with LED lights. We got a kit from Home Depot. It was super easy. It was really easy to look at what they would look like on the ceiling, and they fit really nice into the tongue and groove to create a nice effect in here. We also have a little bit of a dim effect that we can do with the lighting, which is nice for flexibility. And then up here, we want to talk about this Max Air fan. This is really important for ventilation. Brings air in or sucks it out, can help with smells in the van, can help with cooling it down. We don't have an AC in here, so this has been really important. And we went with the Max Air instead of the Fantastic fan, which a lot of people use because we heard that it was better, it had a better sealing in terms of water coming in, that the cover hold seals tighter, and that's great because we had some real downpours in Tofino. The last thing I wanted to show you is how we use Reflectix, and we use Reflectix to basically make the van dark, cover up all the light and the windows that come in. So we use it with the Max Air fan too, and we use this 3D dual lock adhesive tape to attach the Reflectix. So you'll see all these little adhesive tapes around to just attach it up in a number of places, seals out the light, works extremely well for making it cozy and creating a dark space for us and Sofia to sleep.
All right, so back to the rear of the van to talk about storage and power and water. One thing I wanted to mention from earlier, though, is that we are thinking about adding some additional storage here for like surfboards or bikes or other kind of outdoor equipment. We didn't do that this time. We kind of wanted to see what it was like to be out on the road, but I think we would like bikes and surfboards, so just something that we're thinking about for the future. Let's go inside and look more deeply into storage. Yeah, so we kept the bed pretty high in order to leave a lot of room underneath, and as Teresa showed you on the inside, we have 2 doors on the opposite end that open up, so this does go all the way through. But back here, we basically keep things that we need to decamp, the propane stove, A lot of stuff for the outside, a canopy, chairs, yoga mats. We have a lot of baby gear back here. This Bob stroller takes up quite a bit of room. We also keep our toiletries back here. This is really handy. We picked this up last minute at Target. This is where we can keep things that we might need when we're asleep. We actually come in and out this way. When Sophia's asleep, she's sleeping up front just to keep things nice and quiet for her. So you can see here we have a lot of storage, which has been super, super helpful on this trip. All right, so let's talk about power. First of all, let me slide our bedside table over. So first thing we want to say is that we studied this. We looked at all sorts of material around powering up RVs and vans, and it was a little more than what we could take. So we did hire somebody to help us, an RV electrician, somebody who's experienced in those matters. Paid dividends. We have peace of mind. The system is awesome. It's super powerful. We love it, and it was money well spent. So we recommend that, first of all, find somebody that can help you build out your power system. But ours basically starts with 400 watts of solar panels on top of the van. We have some images of that we'll cut into the film right here. And those run down the corner here, mainly to our Goal Zero Yeti 1000. We got this at Costco for $1,000. Some people are staunchly against these because of the price. For us, again, it was well worth it for the ease and simplicity. It's very powerful. It's very intuitive. Also, we can pick this up and take it with us and use it in other ways and other capacities too. So for us, it really makes sense. We also have a deep cycle AGM back there. I think it's 105 amp hours. That's backup. That also helps support the system. This is a really strong, really safe system, which we love. And now, last but not least, our water system. We showed you before the in and the out on the side, the way the water comes in and the way we are able to dump water. Basically, without moving too many things here, behind this piece of wood, we've boxed in two 10-gallon tanks. They're about white. They're white color, and they're about yay big and say this wide. And the gray water's on bottom, the fresh water's on top. And then we've got it all kind of piped into the sink up front. We use a SureFlow pump to get the water through the faucet, and then it comes back out down here. Again, we have no sewage in this other than gray water that's basically dishwater. And so it's a really simple system. We also, though not pictured, we have a backup 7-gallon tank that we have here that when we arrive somewhere at a campsite, say, I'll just remove it and put it by the picnic table. We use that to make coffee and to boil water and to do things outside. We love our water system. It works really, really well.
So that's it for our van build video. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out the link in the notes below for a blog post with lots of more details about the process of the build, materials that went into it, and there's tons of pictures and more. And if there's anything we didn't cover in this video that you're interested in, please write us a note in the comments below. We'll be sure to get back to you.
Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have more videos in the works. They may actually already be out by the time you're watching this video, all about our experiences in our van, Sprinter van, and in particular, traveling with a 1.5-year-old, which has specific challenges that we've dealt with and we've really overcome. This has been a great experience for us. There's also a video we want to steer you to about repatterning, which is kind of the philosophy of this trip. Exiting the mainstream path, you know, the 9 to 5, the traffic, the urban situation, going into nature for an extended period of time has been very powerful. I think you'll hopefully enjoy that too. Finally, check out our podcast. We do a weekly podcast where we talk to people who are at the forefront of the new paradigms emerging in lifestyle, business, and spirit. It's a lot of fun for us. We know a lot of people get value out of it. I think you'll enjoy that too. You can see that on iTunes, Ownstream Podcast, or on our site, ownstream.co.
That's it. Thanks for watching. Welcome to our home. Our van home. Our van home.
Van home.